Hello and welcome to another Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. I'm Daniel, one of the hosts on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, found here on YouTube, as well as Stitcher and iTunes. That's where Kelly and I cover comics, movies, TV, video games, and more every single week. But today we are going to go into the standard format for the with our Nerd of Media deck, which consists of Gengar and Chandelure. I know it's been a little while since we've done a Let's Play. There has been a update, as you saw from the very main home screen, and there's going to be a new format starting next month. So I went ahead and modified my Gengar deck a little bit. Instead of the Charons, which are going to go out of rotation, so I won't be able to play them anymore in standard format, I've gone ahead and replaced them with roller skates. Roller skates, unfortunately, you only get a 50% chance of actually drawing 3, but the good thing about it is you can play as many of those as you'd like during your turn, whereas supporter cards you can only play once per turn. So that's the one change you're going to see with the deck as far as the format. The rest of the cards that we have here on the deck are still usable. They'll still be in the regular X and Y forward format, which is what standard is. For anyone not so familiar with how Pokemon TCG works, once a year, I believe, they rotate a bunch of sets out, and then you can only have, if you're going to participate in tournaments, or like we do here with standard versus matches, which are ranked, you have to have a certain sets. That's basically their way of rotating older cards out, making sure that players buy the newer packs, the newer sets, and keeps everything going. So on our end, I have modified it, so this deck should be good for a while. Obviously, if something better comes along, like a better supporter card, I know with the new set, there's a new version of N, essentially, which your opponent, I think, draws 4 while you draw 7. I have to look at it again, but it's an Ace Trainer card. And I probably will put that in instead of the Shauna that we have in our deck. But we'll see. In the meantime, our first opponent is actually Big Boy Geo, who uses Steel and the Water types. And most of the Steel types are resistant to Psychic. So we are going to play at a little bit of a disadvantage there. And we did start off with a Litwick instead of a Gengar. Not where I like to be, but the Dialga EX, a defending Pokemon, is a Pokemon EX. It can't attack during your opponent's next turn. That's a really good card. And right now I just have the Litwick. I think this might be a couple of turns only. It didn't start off with a Gengar, nothing too good. And the trip over attack will work, but it doesn't matter because they do have a resistance to Psychic by 20. So even though I got the hedge for the extra 10 damage, it'll cancel out with that resistance. And it looks like their first attack does 60 damage, so that will be the last Pokemon I have on my side of the field. A very quick match. So it just didn't start off with what we needed, unfortunately. But that is actually a very good deck in general, even though it was just a 1 second turn defeat. I did see that they had the different Steel types, different, what do we have here, Cobalion EX, which you don't see too often, but when we do go up against it, it is rough. And one of the new things too here is the Versus rewards that you saw at the bottom. I'll show you after this next match, but they've added a new mechanic to playing against people. It basically encourages players to do more versus matches, and I'll show you because they still have the regular wheel after a match like you saw. But the next opponent is, I want to pronounce that Sparkuck or Sparsuck. Either way, it's, I think it was an electric deck. It looks like there's some psychic cards in there. And I did notice with the new update, it does play a little bit smoother, so that's always good, especially if it's someone like me who's recording or some of the other players out there that are streaming straight to Twitch. And I did showed a new player how to play tonight. That's a shout out to Twitter user @CubanSlim. And yeah, basically he saw the Gengar deck, how it worked, and saw the whole mechanics behind it, and seemed to enjoy it as well. He's played Magic, he's played Dice Masters, he's played Yu-Gi-Oh, and he did like how Pokemon worked. So yeah, shout out to him. Let's see, we start off with 2 more Litwicks, no Gengars again. That's alright, maybe we'll get one with the Great Ball that we have down here. Once again, jealous over these Psychic sleeves. I keep checking the shop, but I don't see anything awesome there yet. Something that'll match our deck, at least. I do see Pikachu sleeves, which I'm sure Kelly would want me to get, but other than that, what kind of deck are we playing? Looks like a Plasma deck, which will be out of rotation at the end of August. So starting September 1st, we won't go up against decks like this unless we play in the expanded format, which we did do for a little while. But I've gone straight back into standard. So it looks like they went ahead and flipped their prizes as part of one of their trainer cards right here, which is the town map. Kind of looks like a DS. And that's it for their turn since they did go first. Alright, so let's go ahead and play the Great Ball. Let's get that Lampent. And can they knock us out next turn? This somebody has to reach from a discard pile. Yeah, they should be able to. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on this Litwick instead. And can't play any supporter cards. That will end my turn, unfortunately. Not the best start for both of these games. Haven't started off with a Tierno or even a Roller Skates, Pokemon Fan Club. They're somewhere in there, just not in our hand. So we've got a computer search that they're going to go ahead and play. I still have the Lysander, which is always very handy to have. I could slow them down that way. And it looks like they're putting, they got the Leafeon. They've got 3 other Lampents as well. So there's the end. So there goes our Lysander. But we do end up drawing a Gengar out of it. And they're going to put down a Mew EX. We also have Teammates, which is always great. Alright, so I'm going to put down the Gengar EX. We're going to draw 3 with Tierno. Put down another Gengar. Here we go. Now we've got some stuff we can work with. So we're going to put out the Chandelier with the Rare Candy. And I've already got an energy on him, so I'm going to hold off. I'm going to put an energy instead on the Gengar we have down here. I'll save the double colorless, and we'll end our turn. So we're basically just setting up at the moment. And it looks like they are as well. They haven't attacked. And they did put out the Joltik, and of course the Mew EX as well. With that Battle Compressor, they're just putting more stuff with Night March in there, so that's going to make the Mew extremely deadly, as well as the Joltik. The more turns we give them, the stronger that Night March attack is going to get every single turn with more cards that they discard in there. And for anyone that doesn't know, that's the Night March attack. This attack does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack. Or, with the Flareon Vengeance, does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile, period. So they've already got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to do, I want to say, 100 damage. And then they're going to do another Battle Compressor, so they're going to put even more Pokemon in their discard pile, which will bring down their deck to 21. We still have 40 cards in our deck, but that should be enough to knock out our Litwick. Silver Bangle, this attack does 30 more damage to active Pokemon EXs. So if we put out the Gengar, that's basically it for it. So there we go. There goes the Litwick. I am going to put out the Chandelier. We've got the Dimension Valley out there. We are going to play Teammates. And who do I want? I want a special energy for the Chandelier. And where's my Rock Guard? We should have it. There it is. Cool. So it didn't end up in our prizes. So let's put a Rock Guard on Chandelier. We'll put the special energy on Chandelier as well. Just in case, I guess I can get that Teammates right back. Let's see what we can try to draw up next turn. I'm not going to put down the Mega Gengar. We're going to do a Curse Drop. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And I guess the other 3 on the Mew. So there's our knockout. We took out the Joltik, and we got a prize, which ended up being Roller Skates. I could have put some on Flareon, but I could knock that out next turn, even if the Fainting Spell does not work on it. So let's see, and the Mew is double weak to Psychic. They have 90 hit points left, so I should be able to knock it out with Gengar even if they put that out. That's assuming the Fainting Spell works. Ooh, there's the Lysander, so they're going to drag out our Gengar with the energy, of course. And they're going to do 180 damage, just enough to knock out the Gengar EX with 10 to spare. So there we go, they got 2 prizes. And they're down to 3, so we're going to put out our Chandelier. Let's do the Roller Skate, see if that works. It does not. So we are going to play Teammates. And what do we want here? Alright, so let's go for some more energies with the Professor's Letter. Oh, no, I wouldn't be able to use the Gengar Spirit Link with the Phantom. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get draw 3 as well. Let's go ahead and get that instead. Alright, let's get the Professor's Letter. We'll get 2 energies. There we go. We'll put an energy on Gengar EX. Let's do another Curse Drop. So what do we have here? We got 60, we got 90 on Mew, and we've got 100. So let's knock out the... There we go. So we get another Gengar EX out of that from the prizes. We ended up knocking out, I want to say Punkaboo, yep. So that does get rid of their Night March option at least. But now they've still got that Flareon, so that's another 10 damage. So they're going to one-hit knock out every single one of our Pokemon. If they have another Lysander, that's going to go right after our Gengar EX, unfortunately. They're going to discard, they're going to draw 7, they're down to 12. They really only need to knock out our Gengar and the Chandelier to win the game, so even though they only have 12 cards left, they're still in a pretty good position. So let's see what they end up doing. So they go 160 against our Chandelier with the Flareon, so they will take 60 damage. Does the Fainting Spell work? It does not, but that's why I put the Rock Art on there, so they're at least down to 40. Alright, so let's put out Gengar. We've got a Litwick, we've got another Gengar, we've got a Draw 3, which we're going to use. Oh, cool, so we're set up for a Lampent and the Chandelier eventually. I've got a Energy Retrieval. Do I have 2? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and get those back. There we go. We're going to go ahead and feed the Gengar EX. And we'll do a Dark Corridor attack for the knockout. Here we go, 60. We'll put out this Gengar and get our prize. Alright, so we end up drawing up another Roller Skates from the prizes. And at this point, they could put out another Flareon with their EVs. I'm assuming they should be able to evolve it. Even with a double colorless energy, they can still knock out our Gengar EX, which would win them the game. So let's find out what they end up doing. So there's the Mew. That's another one that can also knock us out. The Mew EX, this Pokemon can use the attacks of any Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's. So there you go. They can go with the Dark Corridor, they can go with the Night Attack, they can go with their Night March. Yeah, that's all they need to do. Night March with the Muscle Band, that's it. They got the game. Yep. So that's a one-hit knockout with the Night March, 20 times the number of Pokemon in their discard pile with Night March. So there it is, 240 damage onto Gengar. Enough for knockout and the defeat. So they get their last 2 prizes. We start off with a couple of defeats here, but now I can at least show you guys how the versus ladder works. We get 3 coins and 11 for playing. Alright, so let me show you all the new update with the latest version of Pokemon TCG Online. So the versus rewards. Basically, for every game that you play, each versus ladder lasts 3 weeks and provides opportunity to earn cool rewards. So the versus rewards, based on the games that you win, you get these little lightning bolt energies, which fill up, and you earn these things. So as you can see, we've already earned a Roaring Skies booster pack, which we will be opening at the very end of our matches as usual. A mystery box here. We've got a couple of promo cards as well. So that's something they didn't have before. It's kind of an extra incentive, so they're just adding more prizes for us to get. It's awesome, and on top of that, you still earn coins, which you can use to buy outfits, you can use to get sleeves, you can use for more booster packs if you want. So it's just an awesome update, and I think it really makes the game a lot more rewarding when you play, and especially if you win. So let's see here. We ended up mulligan twice, so they get 2 extra cards if they choose. In the meantime, I do have a Gengar EX that I am going to put out. We do have a Litwick. We're also going to put out as well. We've got a Roller Skates, a Muscle Band, the Rock Guard, which I always love, and the Teammates. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw 3 first. Oh, Seismitoad. Ruthless. Let's go for the Roller Skates, see what we get. It does not work. What's that say? Boo Garbodor? I don't know. Alright, so let's put that out. We'll put an energy onto the Gengar EX. We cannot attack on our first turn, and that's it. I'm assuming they think we have a Garbodor deck. I don't know. Ooh, Hypnotoxic, there we go. So here's one of the more despised cards in the set, and that's the Seismitoad with the Quaking Punch. I was just telling Bobby about this today. Crushing Hammer, that's going to get rid of our energy if it's a heads. It is not, thankfully. And there's the Burbank City Gym, so that is going to really cripple us. And they're going to use the Ultra Ball. They're going to get the Shaymin EX. They're going to put the Muscle Band on there and the Crushing Hammer again. Look at this, a pro. Their name is Why Is This So Hard? I agree. Seismitoad is rough. And we are awake. Down to 90. We're not going to survive this one. Let's get rid of that Burbank. Alright, so what do we want to do in the meantime? Got the Muscle Band on it. We are going to put the energy onto the Gengar EX. And I'm going to do a Night Attack, I guess, for 30 damage onto it. But that's all I can do. I'm still going to take the Poisoning, which is going to bring us down to 80. I cannot play any item cards with that Quaking Punch. This is why people hate this card, including myself. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't play it. Quaking Punch, your opponent can't play any item cards during their next turn. So that's what they're doing again for the knockout on the Gengar EX. We just have the Litwick. We can't even play teammates because of that attack. So that's all we can do. Trip over. Does not matter. That'll be the game. It is absolutely ruthless. Seismitoad EX. Oof. Yep, that'll be it. That'll be game. I mean, I can't do anything. It stops us from using the rock art that we have down here. We can't use teammates, which I normally would have been able to use with the Gengar EX since we were knocked out. Can't do any of that. I can just attack if I'm lucky, and that's it. Says good game, and that's it. 50 damage, enough to knock out Little Litwick, and that's a defeat. Alright, so let's see what we have here. We've got 3 losses so far. We do have time for another match, so let's jump into another. See if we have better luck. At least, hopefully, maybe we can finish with a win. A couple of the players that were watching as I was teaching a new player to play today. Next opponent, by the way, is Frozen, who uses a Psychic and Colorless deck. They were wondering if I win a lot based on the deck that I had, and I'm like, not at all. I have a very, maybe if I'm lucky, a middle-of-the-road deck. That's probably why I win sometimes, half the time. But I just told them, like, I play what I like to use. I really like Gengar, so I made a deck around the Gengar. Obviously, it's not the best card out there right now. It's not the most competitive card. But I really like Gengar, and I wanted to use a deck that actually used him. And then once I saw that new set was coming out with a Gengar EX and a Mega Gengar, I was like, hell yeah. I'm going to try to make a deck. It's not going to be the best, but I'm going to try to make the best Gengar deck I can. Alright, so let's go ahead and do Night Attack to start off. We didn't have any supporters. We just had the Professor's Letter. And they did play Dimension Valley, which helps us out as well. We don't have a weakness against Psychic, so we should be able to do some damage next turn. 60 damage onto the Gengar EX with their X-Ball. We're down to 110. We don't get any more supporters again, so let's go ahead and put the double colorless onto the Gengar EX. We'll do the Dark Corridor attack for 120, and we'll put out the Litwick. They're down to 10. If they don't have another card that they put out, that will be the game because they will be knocked out from poisoning. But otherwise, I do have a Litwick out, and the Gengar is doing all right. With that retreat, it's up to 110. It should be fine. It did. Yep, that's it. They end up conceding the match because they had nothing left, and that went by pretty quick. So I am going to try to fit in one more game here. So, and then we'll open up some booster packs. We get 5 games from the wheel and 3 for playing. We go towards the special challenge, which is win 20 versus games, and you get 2 booster packs. But you're going to see that's not actually part of the ladder. It's going to be this one down here. You're going to see it fill up in a second. And there we go, that much closer to a Venusaur EX. We've got 140 energy bolts. I'm not sure what they're called really. And we need 10 more I should say, to get that Venusaur. And any longtime Brokettes know that Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon out of all of them. And Venusaur is just an awesome evolution as well. But Bulbasaur is my all-time favorite. And here we go. Next is Marezia, who uses a fire deck. Haven't gone up against those in a little while, so let's see what they use. Alright. Got some water. So they don't get any basic Pokemon. We do start off with a Litwick, and the Rare Candy, and the Chandelier, so that's not bad at all. Yes, we're going to draw extras. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a Great Ball. We'll get that Gengar. Awesome. Try to play Roller Skates. If it works, it does not. That's the downside of roller skates. It's not a guaranteed draw 3. But, alright, so we are going to put down... What do we have here? That's not going to be able to knock us out. So we're going to put out the Rock Guard. They end up conceding the match after we put down the 2 Gengars. I wish they would at least, continue playing and see how it works out. So, you know what, though? That does bring us up to 2 wins. I'll take it. With that, we're going to get the Venusaur EX. I always tell my players, too, at Pokemon League, like, just play the match. You never know. You might win. Just yesterday, I was playing a match. I was down 4 prizes, and I came back, and I won. So there we go. We end up getting enough for the Venusaur EX. Check it out. Really awesome. Wonder if it'll let us see it after we've earned it. Yeah. Poison Powder does 60 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Jungle Hammer does 90. Heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. Alright, so now we're going to work towards the 100 coins, and that's after 180 energies. And remember, you only earn those if you win a game. So next one is Mondix Size, and they use Fire, Electric, and Colorless. I always choose Tails, I don't know why. There we go, I guess that's why. Every now and again we do get that coin flip. Twice we don't have any basics, so they will get 2 extras. But we do start off with a Gengar EX, a couple of Chandeliers, a draw 3, 8 teammates. Let's put them out. Alright, so will they draw 2? I would. Yep. So there we go. Let's see if they get more basics on their bench. Let's see what ends up happening here. Do want to remind all the viewers, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right-hand corner of the screen. From there, you will see new videos, including the weekly podcast as well, uploaded right here on YouTube. But every now and again, we do some unboxings for statues. Recently, Kelli did one for some promo items from San Diego Comic-Con, as well as what DC is providing for their new comics, like a Black Canary poster, Harley Quinn mask, all kinds of cool stuff, and that was just uploaded, I want to say, last week. So definitely check that out if you haven't yet. And I do want to thank you just for tuning in at all. So here we go. We're going to play a Tierno. Here we go. Litwick. I love it. All right. Let's go ahead and knock this guy out, actually. Double colorless on Gengar EX right away. We'll do a Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage on Litleo right before they get to evolve it. His evolved form will actually neutralize the Gengar EX. It cannot be damaged, I want to say, by basic Pokemon. So the Gengar EX does count as a basic. So we got rid of that option right away. And they will have to put someone else out, which I can Rare Candy immediately with next turn with the Chandelier. And I do end up drawing another Litwick from the prizes, which is great. So let's hold off and see what they end up doing. They won't be able to knock us out with Charizard. The next turn, at least. We got the Shaman EX, which would do 30 damage. Still not enough to knock out the Litwick unless they put a Muscle Band on him. Let's see what they end up doing. So we will at least get a Chandelier out there. And if we can draw up a special energy card, we can retreat for free next turn, put out the Gengar EX, and go for another 60 damage poisoning. That's exactly where I like to be. So it looks like they're inactive. They might have conceded the match. Let's find out. Alright, and yep, victory. Alright, so let's see. One more match. These are going by a lot quicker. Here we go. 10 for winning, or 10 from the wheel, I guess, and 1 for playing. Gets us a little bit closer to the special challenge. Alright, and here we go. Building up more. We're up to 160. And let's jump right in. I do want to let you guys know also that if you play against an opponent that has the advantage, I want to say it's based on their record, you will get extra. If you win against them, you will get extra energy too. So they do reward you if you kind of win against all odds as well. So their next opponent is Pidgeot number 130. Oh man, no basics again. Oh, neither of us. Okay, so it's like a clean start. And next time we do. Unfortunately, it's a Litwick, but so this might be a quicker match. They put out the Dragonite. All right. I do have a Lampent, though, so I'm going to actually keep that and end my turn. I'm not going to do a Shauna. All right, so what do we have here? When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, that doesn't affect us anyway. Jet Sonic, you may discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 40 more damage, so they shouldn't be able to do any damage next turn. All right. Let's go ahead and do a Dimension Valley. Let's go ahead and play that. Put an energy on Lampent. Crap. If they get that double Dragon Energy, that's it. So I'm actually going to play Shauna. That worked out because we got a Gengar EX and we got a Chandelier. That's awesome. That's exactly why I didn't want to get rid of it. All right. I was afraid that I wouldn't draw up a Chandelier by getting rid of the Evo Soda. There it is. There's the double Dragon Energy. So they knock out our Lampent for 80 damage, so we don't get a chance to put out Chandelier. We are going to put out Gengar, however. Let's go ahead and draw 3. Get some more energies out there. Alright, so we're going to feed the Gengar EX. 80, there's down to 150. I don't do this often, but I'm going to put a Rock Guard on the Gengar EX to protect it a little bit, and we're going to do the Night Attack for 30. So they're down to 120. The reason I did that is if they do end up attacking us, they will be down to 60, and we should be able to knock it out next turn as long as that Dimension Valley stays out there. So let's see if we can do it. Really like going up against Dragon decks because you never know what to expect. There's not your typical strategy yet with Dragon types, so I do like to see how creative people get with their Dragon decks. So they're going to go ahead and discard, do 120 damage onto the Gengar EX, which will not knock us out, but they do take 60. They're down to 60, we're down to 50. We do get another Gengar EX. Let's go ahead and draw 3. Let's go for the Great Ball. We get another one. And let's put him down. Let's do the Roller Skates. Does not work. I think that's 3 straight tails we've gotten. Alright, that's fine. We're going to knock it out with the Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage. We're going to put out this Gengar. Get our 2 prizes since it is an EX. And there's the full art. Awesome. Coming from who knows where. It looks like, like a portal or something. Up in the air as he comes by. They end up evolving into Dragon Knight. They've got 2 energies on him so far. Heavy Impact does 150 damage. But it is kind of an expensive attack. That's the only thing. So they're going to go ahead and Juniper. They're going to play an Ether. And awesome, they're going to get a double colorless energy, it looks like. We are set up for a... Okay, so they end up powering up their Dragonite. Let's go ahead and do... Let's get a Litwick. Let's put him down. Let's get some energies with the Professor's Letter. I would like to retreat if I could, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to. Alright, so we're just going to feed the Gengar. How many energies have we discarded? 2. Alright, so let's get an energy retrieval, get 2 of those back. And we're going to do a Night Attack onto the Dragon Knight. Yeah. So that brings it down to 130. Should be able to poison it up next turn, and Gengar EX should be able to take this attack, so it should be okay. They end up evolving into the Shelgon, which has an exoskeleton ability. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 10. Alright, and that is it. Looks like they do not attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't have enough energies. Alright, so we're going to draw 3. Let's get Rare Candy out there for Chandelier. There we go. Confirm that. Okay. Special energy. Awesome. But we're going to hold off. We're going to put that on Gengar EX instead. We're going to do a Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage onto the Dragonite, and we're going to put out the other Gengar EX with the Rock Guard on it. So if they end up attacking us, they will be knocked out as well. Let's see if they go for it. Either way, we've got a Chandelier we're building up to. Looks like they're building up to another Dragonite. That's it. They're not going to do anything else. All right. So we're going to put a special energy onto the Chandelier, and let's knock this guy out. 60 damage, put out Chandelier, since that does have a free retreat cost now with that special energy, and it looks like we end up drawing another Rare Candy. So if we can get another Litwick out there, we can get another Chandelier. So they're going to go ahead and play Energy Retrieval. They're going to get 2 energies from their discard pile. If I can get a Lysander, I can go after the Shelgon. Alright, so they do... It's like 60 damage onto the Chandelier. Alright, what do we want to do here? Shelgon's got 80, we've got 150. Alright, so I'm going to save the energy from the Chandelier since I can't knock out anything on their bench. So I'm going to feed this Gengar instead. Let's retreat for free. Put out the Gengar EX. We'll do the Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage and put out the... Shoot. We'll put out the Chandelier, that's fine. So he's down to 80. And what do we got here? We've got the Salamence that they have fully evolved into. Doesn't have any energies yet, but they will be able to knock us out with the Heal Wing, which heals 30 damage, but if the Fainting Spell works, yep, it does work. We get a heads, we bring down that Dragonite with us. Alright, let's put out, how many? Yeah, we're good. So we're going to put out that Gengar. They're down to 160. We have another Litwick. We're going to play another Professor's Letter, get some more energies. We're down to 1 in our deck, so we're going to take that one. And we're going to play Special Energy onto that Litwick since we can evolve it next turn. Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage, and we're going to put out the Gengar with the Rock Guard on it, so if they attack us, they'll be down to 30. Oh, never mind. Pokemon Center Lady heals their poisoning, and it heals 60 damage from Salamence. And that's all they end up doing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and Rare Candy up into the other Chandelier. There we go. We're going to put an energy onto that Chandelier. And let's go ahead and do a Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage again. We're going to put out the Chandelier we just evolved, and they're down to 80. They have one card in their hand, which is awesome. They get the Professor's Birch. They get a Tails, they end up drawing 4. Down to 21, they end up passing. They do have a Chansey, though. Let's put the Muscle Band onto the Gengar. Let's go ahead and knock this guy out. Let's put an energy, double colorless energy onto the Gengar. We're going to retreat for free thanks to the special energy. Put out the Gengar with the Muscle Band for the knockout, 80 damage. And we're going to put out Chandelier. So they're down to 1 prize. They've got a Chansey with 100 damage on it, or 100 hit points on it. They're going to end up drawing 3. They're down to 17 cards. We're down to 18. They're going to draw more from the Shaman, it looks like. They're down to 16. There's the Professor's Letter. Let's see if there's anything we can actually do here. We only need to knock out 1. Alright, so they're going to heal. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's play Roller Skates. Do we draw 3? Does it work? Yes, it does. Mega Gengar Spirit Link. Let's play that. Don't need to play any basics at this point, so I am going to retreat for free. Let me find out who has the Muscle Band. That one. Okay, so let's retreat for free, put out the Gengar EX with the Muscle Band. We'll put an energy onto this Gengar, start building that up, and do a Dark Corridor attack for 80. And I will put out the... Let's put out Chandelier again. So they're down to 10 at the end of their turn, although they will heal, so they'll be fine, actually. But we should be able to knock it out next turn. Let's see what they end up doing. They're going to heal 30, and we're going to knock it out. So Chandelier will take the win this time. 1, 2, 3, and we'll put 1, 2, 3 on Bagon for the win. So there's the victory, and awesome. We finished on a win. We can go ahead and open up some booster packs. From the wheel, we get a tournament ticket. And we get a coin for winning as well. A little bit closer to that double Roaring Skies booster pack. And what do we get here? A couple more towards the 100 coins, it looks like. We're up to 170, so one more win and we'll get it. But let's head on over to our collection. Alright, let's go to our booster pack. So I've saved these just for this, so when we record. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the reward chest. Look at that, 10 coins and a Floette. Alright, so now let's open up some boosters. Let's go with the XY Flashfire booster pack. See what we get here. Charizard, of course, is very popular. We've got the Pineco, which is new. We've got a Gumi, also didn't have. Magnetic Storm. Torkoal, a lot of new cards. Blacksmith, Flabebe, and we get a Pidgeot. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back here. Let's open up another booster pack. This one's from the main X and Y series. You see Mega Blastoise on the front there. Alright, there's a new one right away. Scatterbug. Don't have that one. We've got a Kakuna right here. A Roller Skates, which we use now. 2 rares. A Reverse Hollow Macargo, and a Stoutland. Alright, so what do we want to open now? Primal Clash or Roaring Skies? Let's go with Roaring Skies. And that'll be the last one for today. Alright, so we've got one new one out of the bunch. That's the Unpheasant. And the rare is Dragonite. We do have a couple of those, but I think, is this the one we saw today? No, it was a different one, but still awesome. Love Dragonite, one of Kelly's favorite Pokemon as well. So I do want to thank all of you once again for joining us on another Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right-hand corner of the screen. Don't forget to head on over to nerdupmedia.com. Check out the rest of our shows on our network, other podcasts like Those Two Jerks, and other Let's Plays like the Lazy Gaming Guys, or you can click on their logo right here on the right-hand side. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.